Hello everybody from RC Group. Okay, we are starting the wings now of the Beechcraft 1900. So I've got the tail on, I've got the little fins on.
Armed with eyewitness testimony,
There's no spar holding these on. Just attached them and glued them on. Same with this down here, and the same with the tail. So the tail, it's not going to do too much. It's not going to be wobbling. I got it on there pretty tight, but there's no spar running through this. It doesn't need one. Well, I should say there's no spar running from the top all the way down to keep it from wobbling. All you gotta do is just glue it on pretty well, and it'll stay on. The only thing I have is I have a little rib in between the wing, so that it gives it its shape. So you see that I gotta run all my electronics through the top and run them through the bottom into the receiver. And I'll be doing that pretty soon too. So what I do is I'll have two servos, one up here, one on the other side, and I'll have a servo down here that controls rudder. Me, I don't really prefer using the I think those little tubes that they use, and they can bend and stuff like that. I just don't really like using those. I don't get good products after when I start using methods that I really don't like using too much. But I'll just run the servo straight to the back. And here's the wing that I'm starting right here, that I cut out from a sheet of foam. I've got the front nose on, but it's not all the way complete yet. I don't know if I got to make the nose a little bit longer. For some odd reason, it seems like the nose doesn't come out long enough, but I'm not really too sure about it right now. If I'm going to do that, make it longer or not. But get everything on there. Cockpit's done. Interior seats are done. These windshields right here. This is a wind glass shield right here, and that's from just plastic. I had an RC helicopter that I just used the clear plastic, and then I used that to make my windows. Or you can use the clear bottles of the 20-ounce sodas, I think they are, Coca-Cola or something like that. You can use those bottles too to make your windows. This window actually has two sides. It's got the inner side, and then I still got to make the outer side, because you know a lot of the planes have the double shielded window, and that too is to keep my inside insulated, because I'm gonna use the batteries to heat up the interior, because the camera I have, if it gets too cold, especially if I leave it on the outside of the airplane, it won't work. It'll just shut off because it's just too cold. But as long as I keep it insulated inside with the heat of the batteries, it'll stay on. And it's actually pretty warm inside there when I feel it. So everything works pretty good when it comes to these prop planes that I make. Let's see here. What else? Oh, and so this is what I did with the wing. Now, the way I make my wings is I don't go with plans that somebody else has. All I do is I look at the schematics of a drawing of the aircraft. So look at the drawing of the aircraft, which is here, and I look at what the plane looks like after I get it all set up and done, and I just try to copy to the best of my ability. Like for instance, where to match up the wings with the aircraft. Well, I know there's two windows here, so I look for the two windows on here. Two windows, so I know the wing starts about right there from the second window, and then also on there where the wing stops is a little bit behind the emergency exit window. And that's going to be about right there. And if you look on here, you can see it. Same thing. Emergency exit window is about right there. So that's how I measure everything up when I do my wings or something like that. And I don't copy anything and blow it up. I just look at a picture and I pretty much just kind of scale it to what I think it might, where I think it might be from an actual picture on there on the computer to what I'm doing here. and then I just draw everything out from there, and I draw it out, and I cut out my little pieces and whatnot. I draw the little section where I'm going to start the motor or the engine, and draw that on there so I know where that starts. I draw my flaps on there so I know where the flap starts. And the plane light too. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. But I'm gonna trace 2 halves of the wing, and then I'll start making the ribs that go in between. And I'll try to help you guys understand too how I keep them so light. Like I said, I don't like using I don't like using wood, and I try to keep wood out of my airplanes. I try to keep anything that's heavier than the foam out of the aircraft unless it's electronics. So if I can do that, then I know I can keep this airplane extremely light, and at the same time keeping it extremely strong without using wood or carbon fiber rods. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do that once I get this all set up and ready to get put on the airplane. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, so just look out for my next video. I should have it up right after I do this. Alright, talk to you guys later.